Donald Trump made lots of promises during the presidential campaign, and he emphasized one thing in particular.
Kamala says, vote for her, and you're voting for joy. Yeah. What's the one-word counterpart?
Competence.
Competence.
Well, but real competence, real competence, not just he's sort of a competent person. No, real competence.
Yes. The more you say that something is real, the more people believe you. My real girlfriend lives in real Canada. She's just... What room is that? I feel like the Beast must have Belle trapped in the room next door, right? But yes, Trump promised his presidency would be marked by competence.
YouTube has terminated our main channel with millions of views just for telling the truth. But you can help us regrow by just subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and commenting down below. Thank you. Trump campaigned on bringing real competence to government, yet 2 months in, his administration is demonstrating exactly the opposite. From leaking social security numbers to algorithmic DEI purges that somehow managed to erase Jackie Robinson from the military history.
Some serious security concerns over the newly released JFK files and real anger after social security numbers and other private information. He is furious, telling the Post it's absolutely outrageous, adding, it's like a first-grade elementary level rule of security to redact things like...
Looks like 304-556-6622 is really upset about that leak. Man, social security numbers, addresses, full names. The only thing that wasn't in the JFK papers was who killed JFK.
The administration that promised to secure our borders can't even secure sensitive personal data. Leaking social security numbers in the JFK files isn't just incompetence. It's a fundamental security failure that even Trump's own lawyer called elementary level negligence.
After removing from its website a story celebrating the Army record of American icon Jackie Robinson.
Content from its websites, and that ultimately those stories about Jackie Robinson were removed by mistake.
We should have never used chat KKK. Classic mistake. Classic mistake. Be careful where it is.
In some cases, photos seem to be flagged for removal simply because their file included the word gay, including service members with that last name.
That's how lazy they were with this. They just Control-F'd for gay-sounding keywords and deleted anything that showed up. Now kids won't know about the Enola Gay, they won't know about transport planes, and they'll never hear about the heroic service of Captain Grinder McScissoring.
Their anti-DEI crusade is so sloppily implemented, they're accidentally erasing American heroes like Jackie Robinson and historical artifacts like the Enola Gay bomber based on keyword searches. This isn't policy execution, it's technological illiteracy masquerading as governance.
Maybe getting things right isn't this administration's top priority. They have a crisis on their hands. Tesla stock is in the toilet. And they can't let that happen. Because Elon Musk is a key member of the Trump administration. And more importantly, Republican Party sugar daddy. So, last night they sent Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to Fox News to make a pitch.
When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock. I mean, who wouldn't invest in Elon Musk? You got to be kidding.
To be fair, he wasn't just out there shilling Tesla stocks. The Commerce Secretary was pushing Elon products that hadn't hit the market yet.
It is the coolest thing you've ever seen. We're all going to be buying robots. They're going to cost about $30,000. You're going to be buying a Tesla robot, and anybody who doesn't buy a Tesla robot is going to be silly.
Yeah! You hear that? People who don't buy a $30,000 robot that isn't on the market yet and will probably strangle you in your sleep? You're gonna look silly.
We're witnessing an unprecedented blurring of government and private business interests. When a commerce secretary goes on Fox News to explicitly tell Americans to buy Tesla stocks while the administration's benefactor is losing billions, we've crossed from conflict of interest into something that looks more like state-sponsored market manipulation.
No, it's not just the Trump administration. The whole team over at Fox News is doing their part.
I told my wife, hey, I think we should buy a Tesla.
So you're going out to buy one?
Go get a Tesla.
I'm going to buy a Tesla today, by the way. I'm buying a Tesla today.
Nice.
Pretty soon, even Fox is going to stop saying Merry Christmas and replace it with Happy Tesla December to remember.
Fox News has transformed from a news network into what appears to be an infomercial channel for Elon Musk's companies. The synchronized promotion of Tesla across multiple shows reveals just how deeply intertwined these media and business interests have become with the administration.
Even weirder, Trump spent a lot of the day yesterday at the Kennedy Center in his new and ridiculous capacity as their chairman of the board. The Kennedy Center, if you don't know, is a venue. It's a performing arts center. They have shows, they give out awards, they give out honors, they have concerts, etc. And the president of the United States is in charge of appointing the board of the Kennedy Center. So last month, Trump kicked most everyone off the board and replaced them with a crew of his cronies. And then he had the cronies elect him CEO of the Kennedy Center. And now he's focused on the important work of making sure liberals don't ever set foot in the place. Fatty Lapone had a photo shoot at the Opera House today where he struck a pose like as if he'd got the lead in Evita.
So you want a little picture like this? Perfect. Go ahead. Are you guys ready? Come on. We'll go for it.
Sir, if you want to speak to us later, too, when we're closer, that would be great. Perfect. Thank you, press. Right this way.
Thank you. Why would anyone want a picture like this? I mean, it's like he's just about to start the YMCA dance, and then the last time I saw him pose like that was in front of 600 cheeseburgers.
YouTube has terminated our main channel with millions of views just for telling the truth. But you can help us regrow by just subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and commenting down below. Thank you. Trump appointing himself head of the Kennedy Center shows his unquenchable thirst for cultural authority, despite his remarkably thin knowledge of the arts. It's the perfect metaphor for his approach to leadership. Seize control first, figure out what it means later.
This is about to come true. We also got an update on that war in Ukraine Trump promised he would end in 24 hours. Old fart of the deal spoke with his pal Putin by phone today, which that seems like a bad... Putting Trump on the phone with Putin is like putting your grandma on the phone with a Nigerian prince. This fellow is so charming. Putin agreed to nothing today. People keep asking if Trump is getting played by Putin, which is like asking if Hava Nagila is getting played at a bar mitzvah. Yes is the answer. But according to White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt,
we are on the 10th yard line of peace.
The 10th yard line of peace. There's no better metaphor for this administration than screwing up a metaphor about peace.
Putting Trump on the phone with Putin continues to raise serious national security concerns. When the White House describes peace talks as being on the 10-yard line, they're exposing both their diplomatic inexperience and their fondness for broken metaphors.
About peace. You know, in Minnesota, I don't know if you saw this, but there are some Republican lawmakers there cooking up some historically stupid legislation. A group of state senators in Minnesota they're trying to push through a bill that would classify Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness. The bill says Trump derangement syndrome means the acute onset of paranoia in otherwise normal persons that is in reaction to the policies and presidencies of President Donald J. Trump.
The irony of lawmakers trying to classify criticism of Trump as a mental illness while one of the bill's sponsors gets arrested for allegedly soliciting a minor perfectly encapsulates the moral contradiction at the heart of mega politics.
On landing. Tesla stock is way down. Elon Musk has been making the rounds in the right-wing media to try to appear to be a human being. Yesterday, he was guest of honor on the Ted Cruz podcast, where Sweaty Teddy, Ted Cruz seems, everything he knows about technology seems to come from movies he's seen. Ted asked Elon a question about the dangers of AI.
Is Skynet real? Like you get the apocalyptic visions of AI. How real is the prospect of killer robots annihilating humanity?
20% likely. Maybe 10%.
On what time frame?
As Tesla stock plummets, Musk's retreat to the friendly right-wing media environments exposes the growing gap between his public image as a visionary and his increasingly partisan political activities.
It's one thing, but it is... absolutely astonishing to see these ridiculous Republicans desperately fawning over him, trying to get his attention and win his love. There are a lot of them. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands, but only 5 of them honored His Majesty so parasitically this week, they earned a nomination for the coveted title of Golden Groveler. And the nominees are Laura Trump.
When history looks back on this time in America, I do believe that it will be Donald Trump and Elon Musk who were reflected as 2 of the saviors of this country and really of the entire world.
Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick.
You know you can't tackle Donald Trump. He is the most important, the smartest, the most capable leader in the world, and he's not going to let someone push him around.
Attorney General Pam Bondi.
We all work for the greatest president in the history of our country. We are so proud to work at the directive of Donald Trump. It is
Representative Lauren Boebert.
Every day is like waking up to Christmas, and we just get so many blessings under President Trump and his administration, his amazing cabinet picks. This is a fantastic time to be alive.
And Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller.
Well, President Trump, as has now been well established, is the greatest negotiator, the greatest deal maker, the greatest diplomat, and the greatest peacemaker that we have ever seen in this country.
Well, it was a very tough decision. All the nominees delivered extraordinary tongue work this week.
The competition for who can praise Trump most effectively reveals the transformation of Republican politics from policy debate to personality cult, where loyalty is measured by the extravagance of public flattery.
Terrible weekend of deadly storms. 42 Americans were killed in tornadoes and wildfires in several states. And while the devastation was happening, our commander-in-chief meteorologist was back at Mar-a-Lago, again playing golf. As the storms raged, he offered these words of comfort to those who lost their families and their homes. He wrote, "I just won the golf club championship, probably my last, at Trump International Golf Club in Palm Beach County, Florida. Such a great honor. The awards dinner is tonight at the club. I want to thank the wonderful golf staff and all of the many fantastic golfers that participated in the event. Such fun."
On Trump playing golf during deadly storms. Trump's boasting about winning his own golf tournament while Americans were dying in tornadoes perfectly encapsulates his priorities. Self-congratulation first, presidential duties second.
Indeed. This, of course, comes after Trump chided Joe Biden last year for being on vacation during Hurricane Helene. If you scored hypocrisy like golf, he'd be 30 strokes under par right now. Can you imagine if Biden bragged about winning a golf tournament during a disaster? Sean Hannity would have a rage boner for weeks. But I don't want to, you know what?
On Trump's hypocrisy regarding Biden and natural disasters. The same man who attacked Biden for being on vacation during a hurricane now celebrates his golf victory as Americans lose their homes and lives. The hypocrisy is as predictable as it is callous.
Play the ref. You know what playing the ref is? Like the great Bobby Knight basketball coach. It'd scream and scream at the ref. It'd scream. He had been known for throwing the chair across the court and slapping a player. Coach, don't do that. Don't do it. And that's when he threw the chair. He starts going crazy. I don't care. Do you know Bobby Knight? Bobby Knight. By the way, I love Bobby Knight. He'd scream at the ref. He would play the ref. He would play the ref. Playing the ref. Bobby Knight would play the ref. That's why I brought up the Bobby Knight story.
Oh, is that? I thought it was dementia.
On Trump's Bobby Knight rambling. His repetitive, meandering Bobby Knight monologue demonstrates a concerning pattern of cognitive issues that's becoming harder for even his supporters to ignore.
This is what he posted at 12:35 a.m. He gets up in the middle of the night, writes, "The pardons that sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by AutoPen." In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. Now, AutoPen is this device every modern White House uses, including Trump's, for presidential documents. It's a robot pen that has your signature. Trump's claiming, without any proof, of course, that Biden never actually signed those pardons and didn't know they were. In Trump's opinion, you know, a presidential signature is not official unless it is written in black Sharpie on a woman's chest and or wrist.
On Trump's AutoPen claims,